Are you thinking about starting an online side hustle, but you just don't know where to start? Well, today I'm going to be sharing one of the best ways to start making money online as a complete beginner. Now imagine sitting down, working on your computer for a few hours, putting together a simple book, and then a few weeks later, that simple book is making money for you every single day. Does that sound pretty amazing? Well, that's exactly what's possible with Amazon KDP. And unlike other online ventures that always need your constant attention, KDP allows your books to earn money while you go about your day. And here's where it gets exciting. You don't need any prior experience to get started. Amazon's going to take care of the printing, the shipping, the customer service, all while paying you at the end of every month, so you can just focus on creating books. The best part, your books are making money around the clock 24/7, 365 days a year. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, what if I told you that creating just one simple book on Amazon could potentially make you over $1,000 a month? And what if I told you you could repeat this process over and over again? It sounds too good to be true, right? Well, believe it or not, many people are doing exactly that with their KDP books. In fact, I'm going to be showing you a seller that's making over $1,000 per month from just a single book. And I'm going to show you how you can get started making this type of income for yourself. So if you're a beginner looking to make an income online and start a side hustle, or you're just looking to get into a new niche, well then this video is for you. So today we're going to be diving into the dot-to-dot activity book. Now this type of book is made up of images where the user draws lines connecting each other following a set of numbers. Once the numbers are all connected, the image will reveal itself. It's a pretty straightforward book that sells well year-round and especially well during the Q4 holiday season as gift buying starts to ramp up. Now, if we head over to Amazon and make a search for dot-to-dot activity book, we're going to see all of these books here on the first page of Amazon. But the very first thing that you're going to see that might be different than your screen is going to be this Titans Quick View extension that I use. It is this purple bar right here, and basically helps me with my niche research and my keyword research. So if you want to go ahead and download this, head over to the Chrome web store, make a search for Self-Publishing Titans, and you'll see these two extensions. I already have both of them installed. And like I said, it'll help you with your niche and your keyword research as well as more. So feel free to install them. They're free to use. And you're going to be able to follow along with this video. So for example, it gives you a niche score as well as the total results. If you notice here, this says 65,555 as opposed to Amazon, which only says over 60,000. It'll also give you the exact match of the books using this exact keyword in their title. How many books are independently published, meaning how many books are KDP books, as well as bestseller rank information, reviews, and pricing. But the very first thing that I look at when I get into a niche is always going to be the search results. And right here, we're seeing 65,000 search results. Now, when it comes to finding and creating profitable books on Amazon, I'm looking for three specific things. Number one, I'm going to look for search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high. Number two, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a BSR of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that the books are already selling, which means that there's some type of demand for the niche. And then number three, I'm looking for a niche score that's provided by the plugin that I'm using that has a score of 50 and higher. So if we go back to the search results here, we're going to see over 60,000 results, which is absolutely way too much. Remember, I'm looking for about 1,000 or below. So this is way too much. And I already knew this coming into the video, but if this happens to you, what you're going to need to do is something called niching down, or finding a sub niche, which is basically finding something more specific within this niche. And so I've actually already done the homework for you. So I'm going to show you that in just a second, but let's just go through my 3 steps so you understand how it works. So the first step is not satisfied. We're going to get to that. But the second step is to find 3 or more KDP books that all have a BSR of 300,000 or below. So we're going to start with the first book right here. If we hover over this book using the plugin that I talked about, we're going to see under publisher that it doesn't say independently published. Now we want the words independently published because it's going to tell us that the books are KDP books. And so if it's not saying that, then it's not a book that we're looking to compete with. So we don't really care about this book. So we move on to the next book. Now, if I hover over this book right here, it says under publisher, independently published. And so this is the type of book that I'm looking for. And now I'm going to look at the bestsellers rank, which says 14,366. So this is a book that I'm looking for. And this is a book that satisfies my second step. So time to look for 2 more. The book next to it does not say independently published under publisher, so we just move on. This one says independently published with a bestsellers rank of 3,991, so that's book number 2. This book is not independently published, so we move on. This book is 102,000, so that's book number 3. And then if I just do a quick scan of the rest of the books, we see right here 84,000, 39,000, 18,000, 13,000, 90,000, 125,000. And so we see there's a lot of books here on the first page that are selling really, really well above the 300,000 that I'm looking for. And so I know there's a lot of demand. But with a niche score of 28, that's below the 50 that I'm looking for, and the search results are way too high, it is time to niche down. And so that's exactly what I've done. This is the dot-to-dot books for seniors. So we can see right off the bat, total results 671, well below the 1,000 or so that I'm looking for, and well below 60,000 search results of the last niche. Now, this is a similar book, although this is more directed towards seniors. And so with the niche score of 72, that's above the 50 that I'm looking for. So we've already satisfied step 1 and step 3. So step 2 is going to be looking through the first page right here and seeing if there's 3 or more KDP books that have that BSR of 300,000 or below. And one thing to note is that I do not look at sponsored products. So I'm going to skip all the sponsored products and just look for the one that's not. And so this one right here, independently published with a BSR of 100,000, that's book number 1. This one has a BSR of 52,000, that's book number 2. This one is 205,000, that's book number 3. So all my steps are already satisfied, but let's just see how much more demand is in this niche. 153,000, 90,000, 31,000, 57,000, 200,000, 86,000, 221,000, 249,000, 42,000, 261,000, 22,000. And so we see there's a lot of demand in this niche. A lot of these books on the first page are selling really well with only 671 results. So demand is high, competition is low. This is going to be a good recipe for success. And so this is going to be a good niche to get into if you want to create this type of book. So let's go ahead and look at one of these books, dive deeper into the interiors so we know how to create them. So let's take a look at this book right here. This is a dot-to-dot for adults, fun and challenging. Join the dots, kind of like a mashup of words here, but it has a good ranking. It has a 22,000 BSR with 4.6 out of 5 rating, over 1,000 ratings. This book has been online for a long time. It was published 2018 and is still selling really well. It has a price of $7.99, which is, I would say, the typical price for this type of book, but only has 49 pages, which is very low. And typically you'll find these type of books having over 100 to 200 pages. And so to see 49 pages is quite low, but to have this high of a rating means they're doing something right. So let's go ahead and look at this graph. So this book has been out for a while. And so if I go back 6 months just to see how well it's been doing, you can see sales have been relatively stable. If we go back 1 year to see the ups and downs, you can see that it's been stable pretty much the whole year, with right here around Q4 doing really well. And if I go all time just to look at the patterns, you can see when it first came out, There was a period here where it wasn't selling very well, but then for pretty much the majority of its life, it's been selling pretty well with some nice peaks right here around Q4 in these areas right here. Now, this is the type of interior this book has. I know you can't see it that well, but it's just a bunch of numbers, and you start from 1 and you go to 2, 3, 4, and you just finish the whole activity by following the numbers. And you can see here's the second one right here. Here's the third one right here, and then the fourth. A better book for this niche would be something like this, where you can still see parts of the image. And so once you're finished connecting the lines, you'll see the complete image. So I would say this is a much better interior to replicate, which this type of interior is exactly what I'm going to show you how to make today. Now, if we take a look at the A+ content, this is a place where publishers can put more information about their books. They can add more images, more descriptions, and also do this part right here where you can add more of your books for potential customers to see and buy. And so I 100% recommend every publisher to create A+ content for their book listings, especially implementing this module right here. This is free to do once you have your book up. And so if you want to learn how to do this, go ahead and click somewhere around the video. I'll leave a card up for my video on how to create A+ content so you can do exactly what you see right here. Now, if we go ahead and take this BSR and put it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we can see this book makes about 13 sales per day, which is about 390 sales per month. Add that royalty calculator in here, and we see this book is making about $34 a day, which is about $1,031 per month. Now that we've done our research and we know that there's high demand here, there's low competition, and there's potential for profits in this niche, the next part is how to create these types of interiors. So let me show you one way you could do this. Now, what I like to do is use a site like Creative Fabrica to find clip art and graphics for this type of book, and not in the sense that we're going to go ahead and download this and then just upload it back to KDP. That's not what we're going to do here. We're just looking for some elements, some graphics, some pictures that we can use to turn into these dot-to-dot images. And so once you find something that you like, for example, this one right here, you can go ahead and download it, and then we're going to upload it onto a free program called Canva. Now, once you have your image on Canva, you want to clean it up if it has certain things that you don't want on it. So for this tutorial, we're really just going to want this image of the zebra right here. We're not going to want this font, and we're not going to want this border. So let's go ahead and clean that up. So I'm just going to drag the image down to hide that portion of it, just like this. And I'm going to do the same thing with the borders here. And once that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this to the edges of the page. And then we're going to go ahead and download this by hitting share, download as a PNG, and then hit download. Now we want to go to this site. It's called IM Toolbox. I've used this for a couple of my videos now, but they have a lot of tools here that we can use to create these KDP books. And more specifically for this dot-to-dot book, they have this thing called picture dot to dot. So if we go ahead and click here, we can see that we can load an image here and we can build our dot to dot page. So let's go ahead and load that image that we just downloaded. Now that it's been uploaded onto here, we can start working with this tool. So how this tool works is you just go ahead and click on the page just like I'm doing, and you can see these dots come up right here. So this is not what we're going to do, but I'm just showing you what you can do. So let's go ahead and clear. And so what you want to do is you want to think about where you want to start and where you want to end, and you want to make sure it's one continuous line. And so for me, for this picture, I want to start somewhere here, maybe right here, and then just follow along the foot, the arms, the other foot, and then all the way up here, rounding the circle. So for my first one, I would start right here, and then I'm just going to go through this like so. And if I mess up, let's say I put number 9 right here, we can easily go up there and undo the dot. As you can see, it takes it away. And if we do it again, as you can see, it takes away number 8. And then we can just keep clicking if we want to keep continuing. And so I'm just going to finish my lines right here, and I'll be right back. Now that we have this complete, we can go ahead and go here, show image. We can hide the image and we can see where our dots are right here. But we're going to go ahead and show the image. Now what we're going to do is we're going to save this without the image, just like this. Now you can also use this, draw lines to see what it would look like right here when it's finished. But when we download it, we want it without lines, just like this with the dots. So you want to go ahead and download this, and then we're going to upload this back onto Canva. So here it is on Canva. And the next part is actually to click it, go to edit image and remove the background so we can see it just like this. And then now the next part is to line it up as best that we can. So just go ahead and stretch it out and try to get it lined up perfectly. And once you have it lined up like this, what we're going to do is I'm going to position this one to the back so we can't see it. But now what we want to do is go here to draw and choose a white marker right here. And what we want to do is we just want to color over the lines that we actually want to create into dot to dots. And so we started right here. And so if I just do this, I'm just going to go ahead and take out the lines that are part of the dot to dot. And once you have that done, all you want to do is click on the image and then position it backwards. And then as you can see, we've just completed this dot to dot page. And so it's as simple as that. We would just have to create this 30 to 40 more times to have a complete book. And so you do the same for this image right here. You would take away these borders and then go ahead and do the exact same process that I just showed you. And then when you get to the next one, like this one, for example, is an elephant, just do the exact same process. Go to IM Toolbox, use their dot to dot tool, and just follow the exact same tutorial as I did with the first page here. And then pretty soon you'll have a complete book. And then once you have a complete book, you can go ahead and hit share, download as a PDF print, flatten the PDF, all pages, and then you can choose RGB or CMYK if you have it, and then go ahead and download and it'd be ready to be uploaded onto KDP. Now, if you want more KDP resources, I'm talking interiors, keywords, and more, go ahead and check my Gumroad shop. The link is down in the description below. If you have any questions, also let me know down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.